Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. Of all the things that you can end up landing in prison for, this one right here has to be one of the most bizarre, if not the, the funniest ones that I've heard. And I've heard quite a bit of doozies, man. I done heard it all. You'd be surprised at some of the things that I've heard that have landed people in prison. All kinds of weird shit. But this one right here, bizarre, strange, a little odd, but just funny as fuck. Sending and receiving prescription drugs in the mail. Who would have ever thought that you can face such harsh penalties for doing this, for something that's non-narcotic? I could see if you're sending oxys or roxys or methamphetamine or cocaine or heroin or Suboxone or shit, LSD, whatever. But a non-narcotic prescription drug, you could spend up to 15 years in prison with a $5,000 fine or both. Or both. It just so happens that Viagra is also on that list, and that's what this dude ended up in prison for. Sending Viagra through the mail. Viagra. Through the mail. Through the post office. Walked up to the window. Filled out all the information. Either had it sent ground, 2-day, overnight, whatnot. Who knows? Who the fuck really knows? But send it out. And he was committing a federal felony while he was doing it. It's just Viagra, right? Who cares? But it's a prescription drug. It can be prescription grade Vaseline. And if it has a prescription label on it and you send it in that mail, you're hit. You're going to federal prison. Or you're going to face a hefty fine if you don't have a good attorney. It's all about the attorney. So now imagine on the other side of the country or wherever the destination of this Dick Hard Pills was going was the man's brother. The receiver in this whole conspiracy goes down to the post office to pick up the box that his brother sent him. The shape of it must have been too large to put in his own post office box, so probably got one of the little pink slips, had to go up to the front. I can only imagine what the whole scene looked like. All happy, smiling, like a fat kid in a candy store. Cheeks are all red, he's glowing, and he hasn't even had sex yet. He's in full anticipation mode, man. He just knows that just a couple hours away, he's going to be rock hard. Hadn't had sex in a while, who knows? Pops open the box. It's like a Hallmark Christmas special moment. Like a couple of kids that just ripped open the first present from under the tree, pulls all the stuffing out or whatever's in there, the popcorn or the plastic, whatnot, pulls out these 2 bottles. He's looking at them. Yeah, boy, starts shaking them like a couple of maracas at the Copacabana. Yep, pretty much just like that. And who knows what he said. I mean, just the fact that he pulled them out, the postal people are just straight stuck on just, they don't even know what they're witnessing at this moment. Like, they can't believe what the fuck they're seeing. As this dude's shaking them around, talking about, yeah, man, I haven't had sex in about fucking 10 years. I'm going to be fucking packing heat tonight. Woo! Hey, baby, you want to experience a little bit of this fun under the sun? Give me a call. That's all it takes. Straight stupid. Somebody at the post office starts scratching their head like, wait a minute, isn't that a felony? To receive prescription Viagra in the mail? I mean, can you imagine them huddling around like, what do we do? What do we do? And how long do we wait? Because the longer we wait, the more horrible the picture is going to be if the DEA has to kick this dude's door down? And he's already standing there in full salute. So somehow the Postmaster General was contacted, and they sent somebody from the Postmaster General's office down to this dude's house with an agent from the DEA. I am not bullshitting, man. You cannot make this shit up. This kind of shit happens. Knocks at the door. Dude opens the door like, hey, how you doing? Steps inside, asks him, did you receive a package today? Yeah, man, I got a package from my brother. What did he send you? Oh, he just sent me some Viagra. Your brother sent you some Viagra? Is it prescribed to you? No, it ain't prescribed to me. It's his, man, but you know what I mean? No big deal, right? It's not narcotic. You have the box here? Yeah, it's right here. All right, put your hands behind your back. Well, what do you mean? I mean, it's that simple. Then they track down his brother, and guess what? Now he's going to jail. He's in there on the conspiracy. A conspiracy to mail out Viagra to your brother so that he can go to town on whatever hole that he's going to be sticking it in. It could be his wife. It could be his boyfriend. It could be the neighbor's dog. It could be a blow-up doll. It could be just his fist, and he just wants to just wail it away on Pornhub. Who knows? Imagine if they would have waited just a little bit longer, and it was his wife or something like that. And they knock at the door. The DEA kicks open the door in full bust mode and full tactical gear. This dude's in full stroke. All the way to the balls. Wow. Imagine being the detention officer at that county jail that has to do the cavity search on this gentleman, and he's just standing there knocking shit over. He's getting fingerprinted. He's knocking the ink well off the table and everything. He just knocked the roller off. Full cavity search with the whole handsy on the things like that and the squat and the spreading of the cheeks. I can't even imagine that. Imagine the guy standing next to him in the shower when he's taking the showers. If they have a situation where they run you through a bunch of showers where everybody showers at once, some county jails are like that. Sometimes it's a single shower if you're lucky, but a lot of the times it's not. And you're not so lucky. You're in there with a guy who's lathering up, man. He's in full salute in front of you. I wouldn't want to be in that jail with that guy. But yeah, listening to this man's story in the feds, we were all laughing our ass off. He wasn't laughing, though. Got a couple of years for that case right there. Congratulations. You are now a felon because you wanted to make sure that your brother could deal with his impotence. Viagra's a motherfucker. You know? Personally, I don't know why it's a prescription. That's a sad thing. The men got to go take that walk of shame into the urologist's office and get a prescription for Viagra. Yeah, it's one of those things. But why would the feds want to pick some shit up like that? That just goes to show you what kind of government we're dealing with. To pick this case up is just, wow. You would act like the dude had just sent the guy a freaking block of cocaine, a straight key of pure uncut Tony Montana Colombian cocaine, straight from Pablo's fucking fields. You would think that the guy had sent him a shrunken head from Borneo, or a MAC-10, or an AK-47, or even a dirty bomb. But a couple of bottles of Viagra. And you're off to the feds. If you think that one's bad, I once read a case where an Amish family got raided by the Food and Drug Administration for selling raw milk. Yeah, selling raw milk. So the moral of this whole story is, don't send anything in the mail until you've done full research on if you can even send that in the mail. They ask you if there's any perishable items, any liquids or anything like that in there. I always like to laugh and say, unless you're counting that Astroglide I got in there. Nah, I don't do all that, though. I'm not a creep like that. But you know what I'm saying? You can't send any kind of prescription in the mail. I don't know if any of yous know that or not, but now you do. So don't do it. Doesn't matter what it is. You got to go down there and get them. Go down there and drive down to your sibling's house or friend's house or whatever. If the person's halfway across the country, well, you may have to bite the bullet and go to the doctor. And if your doctor don't want to give it to you, well, then I don't know what to tell you. But you're running the risk of ending up in the feds if you're like this jackass. Or else I seriously doubt there's a whole lot of narcotics dogs sniffing around the packages and the boxes in a postal warehouse trying to sniff out Viagra or prescription grade Vaseline or both or neither or not. All for probably narcotics and whatnot. So you probably will get away with it. Just don't do what this guy did. Grab your package and bone out of there. Just get on out and get your bone on once you got out of there. I mean, that's pretty much the best piece of advice that I can give you in a situation like this. Unfortunately, these two guys both went to the feds, and their record is always going to reflect receiving Viagra, shipping Viagra with an unauthorized doing it, not a physician, not a pharmacist. And you heard it right here. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, not sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality. And I'm out.